Hey, we're talking Saints baseball, and I'm here with head coach Mike Davidson. Coach, it just sort of seems amazing that it's springtime already and ready to start the new year.
Yeah, it's gone really, really fast, and every year they go faster and faster. But yeah, we're ready to play, and after fall ball, it's we're ready to play, beat up on somebody else, hopefully.
Yeah, last year you guys went 30 and 27 overall, 18 and 14 in conference play. And so, what did you see in fall ball last year?
Well, we're really young. We're 7 sophomores returning, and the rest are freshmen. So it's been a learning curve as we've gone through, and a lot of bit of growing pains as these guys start trying to figure out how to play college baseball. And the biggest thing is play every day on that, or play at the level we want them to play at every day. So there's going to be some growing pains here, up and down early on. We play some good clubs, and but that's part of it. And as long as we grow and continue to get better, then we'll be prepared when we get to conference.
Yeah, and you were able to hit last year quite a bit, and you're going to be losing a lot of some bats next year. Cameron Cartwright, Trent Rowan, and Todd Bath are all graduate, and all but the 4 years, which is great. So, what do you look for to how to replace them this year?
Well, that's a tough part, is trying to find those guys that can hit, because you never know who's going to hit. That's the one talent, or the one thing we just don't know. We say you should hit, you do these things properly, but that doesn't always mean that you can. So establishing the middle of our order is going to be a big deal. Nathan Hopkins is going to nail down the leadoff spot right now, and a lot of people we tried him in the 3-hole in the fall, but I like him leading off. It gives him one more at bat every game. And he's just such a clutch guy, and he can steal bases. He just does a lot of great things for us there, and he doesn't mind leading off. It's you got to find a special guy that can do that.
Right.
And so
and he had a really good freshman year.
Yeah, had a great freshman year, and was freshman of the year of our conference, and led the conference in doubles and things of that sort. So hitting him in the 3-hole, people can walk around him. You can do a lot of things to him. Hitting him in the leadoff spot, they less apt to walk him and do some of those things. So the biggest deal is going to be establish the middle of our order, which probably is going to be 3 freshmen. So that could be interesting. That may move around a little bit here early on. Wakui should be in there, 4 or 5. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Wakui. He sort of came on at the end. You started playing him more. He sort of found himself. How was he in fall ball, and how has he sort of progressed?
He came on really, really good in fall, and he played really, really well the first half. And the last half, he wasn't very good, and part of that just trying to do too much. He thinks for him to get to the next level, he's got to put up a lot of numbers. And last year he was an all-region DH for us, was put up for All-American and things like that, even though he didn't get anything.
Right.
But he was in that category, so tells you the kind of year he had. So it's hard to repeat those years, but he's making strides. We just got to get him to understand that he just needs to be himself and do what he does. He doesn't have to be more than what he is. What he is good enough. If he can repeat what he did last year, then that'll work for us.
And he'll DH play the field a little bit?
Yeah, he's made the transition to the outfield. He'll start in right field. Okay. He'll play right and left and DH. That's his main deal. He's gotten a lot better in the outfield, and his arm has gotten extremely better. He can really throw right now. And so kudos to him. He's really worked hard to make that transition from a first baseman to an outfielder, and so yeah, we start day 1. He'll play right field.
Okay. You had mentioned 3 freshmen. Who are the 3 freshmen that you're looking at that'll be the heart of the order?
Well, Cox is a kid.
Grant Cox. Okay.
Grant Cox, whose brother played here, Connor, and really did well for us. But Cox is kind of guy. He probably had the best fall of any freshman as far as the second half. He really, 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 really came on offensively and figured a couple things out. Turner, Cooper Turner will be another kid who's kind of figuring in there with Wakui. That's kind of where we're at this point with those 3 guys. I think that's probably where we would go Brooks Barber is another kid that could figure into that 4-5 slot, who's got some juice in the bag. He's got a chance to hit the ball out of the park, things of that sort. So, I mean, probably between those 3 or 4 guys. But, I mean, who knows? Spring is spring, and whoever steps up, and however the lineup falls out is how the lineup falls out. You're just trying to find 9, the best 9 that you can to put in the lineup. So, we'll use the first 4 or 5 weeks to figure out who those best 9 are in the spring, and we'll go off the fall to start out, but that won't mean anything after we get past the first series. We'll have a whole set of different numbers to look at and see how kids react and play in pressure situations. So there'll be a lot of changes here in the first couple of weeks, and everybody will get a shot, and we'll see what shakes out.
And let's talk a little bit about the pitching. And we're probably looking at a Brandon Whipple and Logan Tice, but I think that everyone's kind of really excited to, the local kid, Brooks Kappelman. And so talk about that.
Yeah, Brooks had a really good fall. He's thrown the ball extremely well coming back. He's had a couple outings on the mound where they've gone a couple innings, 3 innings, and he's thrown the ball really well. So he'll be a guy that'll be competing for an opening day job. When we start out on Saturday, we play a doubleheader. I could see Brooks rolling out as one of the starters in one of those games. Cooper Turner is a 2-way guy. We talked about him hitting in the middle of our order, but is also a big left-handed kid who's been up to 90, and he's been throwing the ball really well this spring. He's another guy that could be a candidate to lead off a game. And then after that, they're going to go 40, 50 pitches, and we're going to get them out, and we're going to put another guy in, and they're going to go 40 or 50, and we're going to make another change. And so we're going to throw 7, 8 guys this first weekend and just get them acclimated and not try to stretch them out too much. And then next weekend, we'll go 65, 70 pitches, and we'll slowly be working them up to 100. And no kid here throws over 100 unless we're in the playoffs or in a tight situation. Our kids usually go 80 to 90 and they're out of the game, but that allows you at the end of the year to now stretch them. If you need to, you can stretch a kid and you're not going to hurt him. He can bounce back and he can do. So excited about our pitching staff. We're young, but we've got some good arms. We've got some capable kids that are there, and we're going to be as good as our pitching is. So pitching and defense, they win a championship. Offense comes and goes. So we're going to have to pitch it.
Right, and that's your mantra has since I've known you. Always about good defense, always about can't get enough pitching, and that's it, because we all know that injuries happen, and it's always a next man up over there, especially for pitching. Especially as far as defense goes, if they can't get through the ball into the infield, as long as you don't hurt yourself and make your own mistakes, your chances of winning just go up a lot better.
Sure, you got to take care of the baseball, and you can't add extra outs and those things, and pitching's huge. And we've been really lucky since I've been here to be offensive. We've been really offensive and had several All-Americans that were hitters and guys that have been able to do some of those things, and like Hoppy leading the conference in doubles and doing all that stuff as a freshman. And I mean, we've had freshmen of the year in the conference the last 3 years. You know what I mean? So we've been really fortunate. We just need to find another arm or two to step up for us. And last year was unfortunate with Trenton Rowan going down, who went to Arkansas, who's now at Utah Valley. He's transferred out, but I mean, he was an offensive threat for us, and he played in one conference game, and we never saw him again after that. So,
but you still hit. So
and he still was put up for all region and all that other stuff with the numbers that he had. So if we could have had that dude all year, it would have made a difference. So, but pitching's the name of the game, man. You got to be able to pitch and not walk people, and then you got a chance to be in every game.
Now, your first 2 games are at home. You play this Saturday, the first against Lamar, games at Brent Gould Field, and then you get Kirkwood the next weekend on the 8th and 9th, and both series are at 1 and 3. Lamar's a team going over to Kirkwood's a powerhouse. Good test for you guys coming up.
Yeah, I mean, we played Lamar in the fall, and we split the series both times we played them. We played 18 innings, I think, there at their place, and so we played like 3 6-inning games. I think they won 2, and we won 1 at their place, and we won 2, and they won 1 here at our place. So we pretty much just split the series. They're better than they have been. They pitch it a little bit better. They're way more offensive than they were a year ago. And Robert does a good job over there. Crosco, he does a good job in getting his kids prepared to play. And then Kirkwood comes in, who's a top 10 team in Division II. And everybody always said, "Why are you playing a Division II team?" They're really good. I mean,
they made the World Series last year.
Yeah, I think they finished 5th or 6th in the World Series last year, and they rolled in here last year with 13 Division I commits. That had already committed, and they were a good player. The third baseman was a special player, got drafted, wound up getting drafted, and he's a really good player. So, and they play the game right. I really expect their coach over there. He does a great job, and we just play. Our kids go play. There's no mouthing back and forth. There's no that. It's just good baseball, and I appreciate them driving all this way down here to play us, and it's just something we hope to continue to keep the tradition going.
And it's great over there at Brent Gould Field. The games are always free. Everyone can always come down. There's no reason not to, unless it's 2 below zero. But it's always great to come out to Brent Gould Field and watch our Saints play. See maybe some future Hall of Famers out over there. Who knows, right?
Right. You never know.
And if you love baseball, this is a great play to see. Root on your Saints. So come on out this weekend on Saturday at 1 and 3. They play Lamar, and then the weekend after they play Kirkwood. And again, just sort of a feeling out games out over here. I guess the first 2 series, and then I'm sure that when I talk to you again, things will be completely different.
Yeah, we're not by no means not trying to win. We're going to put out our best 9 or what we think our 9 is, and that's going to shuffle around a little bit. We've got to find some backup players, and we've got to find some guys that can pinch hit. And some guys throw better out of the pen, some guys throw better starting, and we've got to get 3 players in that we haven't seen at all that came in at semester. I mean, we have the Ono kid who transferred in from or came to us from Japan, and he's throwing the ball extremely well. He's been 91, 93 in practice and really good stuff, but he's not in shape yet. So inning or 2 and he's out of gas. And we brought in Jacob Urias from Ranger, who's a middle infielder, and Mason going down, Gilbert going down behind the plate. We've moved Ryan Todd back behind the plate, so Jacob has taken that infield spot, and so we've got some things we still got to see.
Sure.
We've got to look at some lineups, and we've got to try to find our best foot forward.
All right, Coach. Good luck with the season, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks.